Hello, this is Miss Cindy from the Alexandria Museum of Art, and we're here for another AMoA Family Friday. Today we are going to be talking about another element of art, and that element is called value. Now, that is the lights and darks in a painting or a work of art. But first, let's read a little book that might help us think about value. Black Cat, White Cat by Silvia Borando. Ever since he was a kitten, Black Cat has been entirely black. He has 2 black ears, 1 black tummy, and 4 black paws. He is black from the tip of his nose to the tip of his tail. Ever since she was a kitten, White Cat has been entirely white. She has 2 white ears, 1 white tummy, and 4 white paws. She is white from the tip of her nose to the tip of her tail. Black Cat only goes out in the day. He likes to watch the swallows soar. White Cat only goes out at night. There's no better time to gaze at the twinkly stars. Black Cat has never seen the night, not even once, so he asks his friend Blackbird, "What can you see in the night sky, Blackbird?" "I don't know," Blackbird replies. "At night I'm asleep in my nest. Why don't you wait till it's dark and see what you can see?" And White Cat has never seen the day, never ever. So she asks her friend Snowy Owl, "What can you see in the bright sky, Snowy?" "Don't ask me," Snowy Owl replies. "I'm fast asleep in the daytime. Why don't you wait till it's light and see what you can see?" So that's what Black Cat does. With the flick of his tail, he sets off toward the night. "Bye-bye, Black Cat," chirps Blackbird. And White Cat, with a twitch of her whiskers, she sets off towards the day. "Good luck, White Cat," hoots Snowy Owl. And that's how Black Cat and White Cat came to meet. Oh, "I'm going to find out what night is like," says Black Cat. "Do you want to join me?" "Oh, I'm going to see what day is like," says White Cat. "Do you want to join me?" White Cat takes Black Cat to discover the night. "Follow me," she says. Then Black Cat takes White Cat to discover the day. "I'll lead the way," he says. The night is full of wonder. Purr, purr, look at those glittery, fluttery fireflies. I love fireflies. Have you seen fireflies before? They're so beautiful. And the day is full of surprise. Meow, look at those busy, buzzy bumblebees. Black Cat shows White Cat the most beautiful things of the day, daisies, doves, and butterflies. And White Cat finds Black Cat the most tasty treats of the night. Snakes, bats, mice. Day and night, night and day. Black Cat and White Cat are inseparable. I wonder when they sleep. So inseparable, in fact, that they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What do you think they have? You want to make a prediction? What do they have? They're inseparable. And now they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 what? Kittens! I knew it. And can you guess what color they are? Orange! Well, that's strange. Because as we know, black and white, when we mix them together, make gray, huh? So orange is a bit of a surprise, don't you think? Very funny. Very, very funny. All right. Well, I really enjoyed that. And it really made me think about value, because value is all about the darkest darks and the brightest lights in a painting. So I'm going to give we're going to review those elements of art really quickly. And then I'm going to do a little demo to show you a little bit more about what value is in art. Okay, let's get a good start and review those elements of art.
Artists use the elements of art to create amazing works of art. The first element is line, like the lines that Walter Anderson used to create these fish and its scales in his woodcut. And lines create shapes, like the shapes that Nicholas Monroe used to create his dancers in this painting. A three-dimensional shape is a form, like the form of this Dale Chihuly glass sculpture. In this Amy Guidry painting, she actually suggests form by using another element called value. Value is the darks and lights in an artwork, like those in this Elmore Morgan Sr. photograph. Value can also be used to create a mood in a painting, like the spooky somber mood in the Steamboat painting by George Rodrigue. Another valuable tool that artists use is color. Francis Pave uses color to create depth and interest as well as mood and energy in this painting. All of the elements we've talked about so far can be used to create space. Space refers to the space inside an object, the positive space, and the space outside of the object, the negative space. Look at how artist Arthur Secunda energizes the space around this figure using color, line, and shape. Last element is texture. Texture refers to how something looks like it might feel. Notice the bumpy texture of the feathers in this Morris Taft Thomas piece. Now let's talk about value. This circle is just a shape. It's flat. It has length and width, but it doesn't have depth. To make it appear to be a form, we will have to figure out how to add depth. We can do this by using value. Value is the light lights and dark darks, but also the shades in between. Where an object appears to be brightest will be where the light is shining, so we'll leave that white. The rest will be grays and blacks where it's farther from the light source. And now we have what appears to be a sphere or a ball. We've used value to make it appear to have depth, even though it's really a flat drawing. Now what we're going to do is practice value by drawing our own white cat in the moonlight. It might seem tricky to draw a cat, but we're going to do it using simple shapes. I've borrowed this picture of my friend Nancy's cat, Bowie. We're going to draw Bowie using simple shapes. Feel free to pause if you need to catch up as we draw. And remember, it doesn't have to be perfect. Drawing takes lots of practice, so this is just practice. We'll start with a circle for Bowie's head. His ears are two triangles. He'll have one hump for his back and then a big one for the lower back. Now we'll do a little line curve for the chest, and now like a long baseball bat type shape for the leg, and then an oval for the first foot. His back leg is like a circle with another oval for that back foot, and then a long snake-like shape for his tail. Now that we've drawn our cat, I'll show you what we need for the rest of our project. Some paper and some black construction paper. You're going to need some glue stick or perhaps just some regular glue, whatever you have in the house. You're going to need some scissors. And you're going to need a regular pencil, a Sharpie marker or any kind of black marker, and then a colored pencil, a black colored pencil. You're going to need some white acrylic or tempera paint, a couple of paintbrushes, a larger one and a smaller one, and an old toothbrush if you have one. So let's practice drawing that cat again. I'm going to draw a circle for the head. We're going to draw the triangle ears. Now come the two back curves, a little one and a big one. We're going to draw the little curve for the chest, sort of dips in. And then our baseball bat shape for the front leg. What comes next? Then we have that oval for the front foot. And what are we going to do next? We're going to create that circle for the back leg. Goes all the way and connects with the back. We're going to do a little oval for the foot and finish connecting our circle. What are we missing? What are we missing? That's right, the tail. Now I'm going to curve that tail right under him so that he'll fit in my picture better. You're the artist, you get to decide where the tail goes. What is he missing now? Oh, he needs a face. Okay, so let's practice the face. The face is also simple shapes. Sort of in the middle of the bottom half, I'm going to draw a nose that's like a triangle with a curve on the top. Now I'm going to draw two rainbow lines for the eye, top of the eye. The bottom of the eye are just smiles. That's going to make a nice oval for the cat's eyes. We're going to put an oval in the middle of his eyes. That's the black shape that cats have in the middle of their eyes. Okay, now we're going to do two curves coming from the nose, from the bottom of the nose, one going one way, one going the other, and that's his mouth. All right, so now we have our white cat. Now we'll put our white cat aside for just a minute so we can make a starry sky for our picture. We're going to have a little bit of white paint. You can use tempera or acrylic. You can use a paintbrush, or if you have a really old toothbrush, you can use it to make some stars, and I'm going to show you how. So we're going to take our black construction paper, and you want to have something to put your paint on. I like to use palette paper, but wax paper is just fine, or if you have an old plate or a paper plate, that will work fine. Now you want to get some just on the tips of your brush. See how I'm patting it just to make sure I don't have too much paint on there. Now I'm going to flick it with my fingers. Now you want to make sure that you have some newspaper or something behind your paper so that it doesn't get all over your table. You can do the same thing with the toothbrush as well. And it's going to do some big dots and it's going to do some little dots. Now those big dots kind of look like splatters. I'm going to show you what to do with those in just a minute. Right now, just splatter paint using your toothbrush or your brush. Now, if you have a smaller brush, you're going to go to the center of those splatters and just dash them out in a cross and then in like an X. And you're going to do that, and that's going to give you some beautiful sparkly stars. So now we have a sky, and we're going to take our white cat and begin to shade him with some values. Now the pencil is our lightest gray. So we are going to begin. You want to put your grays where you think the cat might have some folds, like around the neck. Some places where the sunlight might not, or the moonlight actually, might not be shining so brightly. So those are going to be the places that fall away from the light. You're going to go through and shade with your gray and then come back through with your colored pencil, because that's going to be our medium tone. And just do some shading around the edges, in the cracks and sort of folds of the cat's fur. We're going to go through with our dark black in places that might be the darkest. And remember, the cat is fuzzy, so you can use sort of fuzzy lines. They don't have to be perfectly blended. Okay, once we're through with that, we're going to cut our cat out and we're going to position him on the paper. What does it need? I feel like we need more of a background. So we're going to use value again. And we're going to create some, well, I decided maybe I wanted some hilly background or maybe like in the way background, some mountains. And I'm going to use my lightest gray, my pencil, and put that at the top. And now I'm going to use my colored pencil and make another layer of background to overlap. And I decided on some hills, some ground for the cat to stand on. And that's gonna go there. And what do I need now? A little bit of dark ground for the cat to stand on. I used a marker, like a regular Crayola marker there. Okay, so you want to position everything the way you want it before you glue it down. Now I'm using the top of a mason jar to create a moon. Now you can create a full moon like that, or if you simply put a curve from the top to the bottom, now you have a crescent moon. And I'm going to outline that in my black, and then I'm going to cut it out. Ready to cut. Okay, so now I have a nice crescent moon, and I have everything positioned the way I want it. And so now I am going to use my glue stick and glue it all down. All right, I decided I wanted to move my moon. There we go, that's better. Here's my cat. As you can see, we used value to make him look more three-dimensional. Take a minute and think about any other elements of art that we may have used. Can you find any more other than value?
I want to thank you guys for joining us today for another AMoA Family Friday. Really hope you enjoyed today's activity and story. And I want you guys to be safe and be kind to each other. And I'll see you again next Friday.